we doing? Down by a 40 burger? We're taking more victories. We're kicking a field goal. What? What are we doing, Mizzou? All right, there we go. Woo! Man, oh man. This is what I would like to label as a good old-fashioned butt whooping. This game's not over. How much? I'll show y'all. Can't show you too much. I don't get copyright. There's about 4 minutes. I don't even think I have focus, but it really doesn't matter. I think you can hear it. We got 4 minutes and some change to go. Okay, nice little completion there, but all too little, all too late. And I thought, you know what? It's funny how things work out. I thought about doing this video at halftime because I was like, yeah, it's over. I just tell from the feelings and vibes from this game, it's over. However, and you can thank Alabama for this. You're seeing this video a little late, but it's still going to get uploaded pretty early since we're starting before the game's even over. Due to Georgia coming back on Alabama, let me turn it down a little bit, I decided to hold off. But this is different because I felt in the Alabama game, Alabama wasn't keeping their foot on their necks, and it's Georgia. I just never felt like that game was over, even though Georgia was down. This one, though, I really felt like it was over at halftime. I was like, yeah, it's done. It's donezo's. Where to even start? Let me get the whiteboard. Missouri. Well, if you are a Missouri fan, you might want to. If you're a Missouri fan, you might want to click off this video because, yeah. It's going to be pretty bad. I think he got that foot in bounds. Yeah, first down, good catch. 41-7 as to when I'm filming making this video. I think it's more than safe to say it's all but over. Missouri, you suck today. And I'm not going to say this team sucks. They're 4-0. They really haven't played anybody unless you want to count Boston College. Come on now. It's Boston College, and I guess that Vanderbilt game wasn't a fluke. Well, not even I guess, no. It was just straight up say that Vanderbilt game wasn't a fluke. That's who they are. It's not that Vanderbilt's some real team to take serious in the SEC. Vandy's Vandy. It's the nerds. They're only in the conference to bring up the team GPA, and if you see me looking around, I'm still watching this game. Missouri's just not that good, and I know this is going to sound crazy, and it's going to sound like an overreaction, but it's not. Look at what they've done. Is Missouri one of the worse, or they're not as bad as Mississippi State, but are they one of the worst fortified teams in the SEC? I wouldn't pick this Missouri team to beat Auburn. I wouldn't pick them to beat Florida. I'd pick them to beat Mississippi State, but that's about it. I'm trying to think. Arkansas, do they play them this year? I guess we'll find out. But from what I've seen in this game against A&M and what I've seen against Vandy, yeah, they're one of the worst teams in the SEC outside Mississippi State. Not very good. In this ballgame, Texas A&M did whatever they wanted to. They wanted to run it? Okay, fine. They ran the ball. They wanted to pass it? Had no problems doing that either. Anything they wanted to do, that's on offense. Missouri couldn't stop them. Missouri's defense is bad. They're not average. They're bad. That's all I need to be said about that. I'll pull up the stats in just a second. Connor Wayman, by the way, great to see him back in action. He was doing really good. Let me turn this game down. I think it's fine. I have it on. I can't really focus on this video, but getting back on track here. Missouri's offense, they can't run the ball. It was a ball whooping. The score is not deceiving. There wasn't like 3 pick sixes or anything like that. No. We're going to pull up the total yards in just a second, and you're going to see. Actually, let's do it now. I don't need to say anything more about this game than Texas A&M whoop their butts. And maybe, actually, let's do this real quick. I'll talk more about this in just a second. Clap it up to A&M. Heck of a ball game, man. I said this last week. If A&M would have beat Notre Dame, we're talking about Texas A&M being a playoff team. And now after this win, they are sitting pretty at 5-1. Remember that Notre Dame loss isn't a conference loss, so they are undefeated. They control their own destiny. They do. This team, Mike Elko, he's got them looking good. And, man, I wish they would have beat Notre Dame because the hype around this team would be insane. I feel like it's died down a little bit due to the quarterback situation, but now they are sitting pretty. Let me pull up these stats. I know the game's not over, so it's not the final stats, but it's close to it. Okay, here we go. You'll notice I didn't underline total yards. Here's the most important stat, and it's what's opened up the passing game for A&M so much in this ball game. Missouri. Pitiful. It just updated. They might get on a few more. See, let me turn this TV down. Game's over, buddy. I don't need to hear anymore. Things like some commercials playing. Okay. Like I was saying, Missouri had 66 rushing yards. That ain't going to work. Passing was, I guess you could say average, but 66 rushing yards. You got to establish a run. A&M is a Mike Elko offense. And if you're an A&M fan, I wouldn't even say you got to be feeling good. You got to be head over heels. You got to be sitting on cloud nine. This team looks really good. 200. Granted, between me and you, Missouri's offense ain't that good. I mean, defense ain't that good. But 234 is 234. They'll probably wind up with 250 maybe. Really nice there. Total yards, Missouri, a little better. 257 ain't going to be enough to win a game, especially when you give up a 40-burger. 257. A&M, as to where it stands right now, 510. 257, 510, the score. Missouri might punch this one in to make it a little more respectable, but still, even if it's 41-14 or 41-21, still a blowout. My point is, if you watch this game, you know this, and this is one of those occasions, and this happens more times than not, where you can look at the final score like your girlfriend or one of your friends may not watch this game, but he'll see the final score. And he'll go, oh yeah, the A&M just blew them out, and yeah, that's what happened. It's not some fluky 30, 40-point win. No, that's what happened. A&M dominated 510 total yards, 257 total yards. Like, for example, last week, Colorado and UCF, and their yardage difference, it was only like 40, 30 yards, but UCF threw like 4 to 5 interceptions. So this one, a little bit different. I say a little bit. A lot of bit different. A&M from top to bottom was a better rushing team, better passing team, better blocking team. The list goes on. I'm trying to think. Was Missouri better than A&M at anything in this ball game? Anything. And you thought heading into the game, oh, and I thought this as well, Missouri's got the better quarterback, right? Because A&M, are they going to start Marcel Reed? Is it going to be Wigme? You don't really know. So you got to go with Brady Cook. He was one of the better quarterbacks in the SEC last year. But no, even in this game, Mark didn't snap on. Oh, we got 4th and 1 here at the end. Can Missouri get a point here? Run it, and I don't know if he got it. Looks a little short to me. I think they're going to give it to him. Who cares? I know A&M wanted this at the end to hold him to 7. Looking like they're going to give that to him. Okay, they wind up giving it to him. But like I was saying, actually, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah, A&M, better quarterback play. We thought Brady Cook was going to be the best quarterback in this game. Nope. Connor Windman played out of his mind. Is he going to get... Wow, what a play. 5-yard loss, Luther Burden. Dude, A&M coming to play, man. They are coming to play from start to finish. I wish Alabama would have finished the game this way, but different conversation for a different day. Obviously, A&M's defense is way better than Missouri's defense. Front 7, defensive line, linebackers, cornerback, safety, you name it. Better coach, better everything. This is a devastating, this is a demoralizing type of loss. Because sometimes, like for example, Georgia doesn't take moral victories. But in that Alabama loss, you can say, hey, we bounced back. We responded. Carson Beck turned on at the end. There's certain things you can point to in a loss. At least a few things. And say, okay, that's something to keep our heads up about. But this one, no, there's nothing. There is not a single thing. Oh my gosh, look who's getting ready. Oh my gosh, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Oh, I missed it. They showed Peyton Thorne on the screen. The man, the myth, the legend himself. That's going to be a disaster. They play Georgia. By the way, we'll probably do a reaction to that game. I hope it's close. I got a feeling it. Nah. Maybe in the first half. I think I got Georgia by 17. But in this game, there's nothing you can point to if you're a Missouri fan. I have a hard time believing they're going to win 9 games if they keep this up. Maybe they'll turn it around. I guess we'll have to wait and see. That's enough about them. Texas A&M. Let me move the whiteboard, and we'll finish up the video here. Don't want to miss any of this Auburn game. Well, this game ain't even over yet. And Brady Cook is still struggling to throw it to the right team. Where do you begin? Where do you begin with A&M? We talked a little bit about the stats, but they were just better. And I know it sounds like I'm being short with this, but that's all there is to it. Outstanding win, impressive win, really impressive win. A&M was favored in this game by, I believe it was 2.5 points, but still. I don't think anybody saw this coming. A blowout? Even if you thought they were going to win convincingly by 10 or 17 points, you didn't think a blowout was going to happen and it's 4th and goal. Will Missouri? All right, we got to see if Missouri punches one in here. A&M's got them on clamps. 4th and goal, 12 seconds. This was not a close game. Kind of unfortunate considering this was one of the better games, or supposed to be one of the better games this weekend. But Missouri got exposed for the frauds they are, similar to Ole Miss last week. I haven't really given up on Ole Miss, but after this, I think it's safe to say Missouri, they ain't legit. And it's really sad because, like other people out there, I thought they had a good shot of making the 12-team playoff. For those of you, what are we doing? Down by a 40 burger, we're taking more victories. We're kicking a field goal. What? What are we doing, Mizzou? 41-10, kicking field goals. You can't even say, oh, that was to cover some spread in Vegas. They cover the spread, ain't it? More victories, kicking a field goal down by 40. I ain't seen anything like that. You'd figure you'd go for it to at least test some plays for the future if you need a touchdown. You always got a field goal in the back pocket. I digress. That's like waving the white flag. That's embarrassing, kicking a field goal on 4th and goal down by 40. On one of the last plays of the game. Getting back on track here, my apologies, getting a little sidetracked with this game going on. Yeah, Missouri, you're not even going to sniff the playoff. I think we're all in the same boat on that. Does anybody oppose that opinion? Do you object? I don't think so. You're not one of the best 12 teams. You're not one of the best 20 teams. I don't even know if you're one of the best 25 teams in the nation. Not good. Remember, some people are going to say, well, Matt, kind of overreacting. No, I'm not. They barely beat Boston College and Vanderbilt. Just because they won doesn't mean they're a top 25 team. Same thing with Georgia. Just because Georgia lost to Alabama doesn't mean they're not a top 5 team. Okay, they played a really good team. Although Missouri won, they played bad teams against Vandy and BC. Many more things I could say. It was a butt whooping. You got dominated. If I was a Missouri fan, I'd be highly disappointed. Because I thought if Missouri had any chance of course, I didn't think they had a chance of winning the championship, but if you had any chance of making the 12-team playoff, it was going to be this year. And it's not looking good. I'm curious. Let me know your thoughts down below about that.